afternoon guys, welcome to another video for Advanced in Car. Really cool one on this one because we've had a 2011 Porsche Boxster. It's the 987 model and this is an existing customer. He'd already had BMW Apple CarPlay fitted but wanted a runaround. Now a lot of people would say, well, it's pretty cool to have a Porsche Boxster as a runaround, especially convertible for use in the summer, but he didn't mind. He wants to put the miles on something that is also fun to drive. The downside was the fact that this audio system, the PCM3, is so out of date. Then you've got the speakers, or the audio system in general, and the amplifier was just not doing it for him. With the noise from the roof and the noise from the road and the door cards, it was just something that really let him down. So he approached us and said, guys, what can you do? The first thing we've done is we have removed the PCM3 and upgraded it with one of our standard Alpine 7-inch digital media systems with wireless Apple CarPlay. But even though we've got that really wasn't going to do much for the audio side. So what we've done here is we've just shown you what we had from factory. Under the driver's seat, this is all ASK stuff from Italy. ASK, ask however you want to pronounce it. And this is the basic amplifier that you get under the driver's seat. Nothing special, and to be honest, it's underpowered, a bit lackluster, but it's firing or powering this three-way component system. Tweeters are up on the dashboard, mid-range is in the door, and then you've got your mid-bass. Now, actually looking at it, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the fact that it's 12, 13 years old, the technology behind it, plus also the budget. This system is not Bose. A lot of the Porsches came out with Bose, and even then it wasn't amazing for the money. Bose is a great company for good quality sound. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but what this customer wanted was to make use of the door cards and have everything out of out of sight, really, I guess. He wanted everything to be OE as possible, everything as genuine as possible. Now, luckily for us and luckily for him, his door cards have got the ability to have the three-way components in. Well, say that, the tweeters are on the dashboard, but you've got your mid-bass and your mid-range in your doors. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand over to Richard, and he has been working alongside Owen for the last couple of days. He's going to talk you through what we've done in this particular model, because there must be loads of you out there that have got a car like this and maybe got a bit of a bigger budget to have something nice, and that's with the Alpine and the Hertz audio range that we've popped in here, and it sounds amazing. Right, over to Richard. He's going to give you a tech spec.
Right, and so for this, we've gone with Hertz equipment. So under the driver's seat, where the factory amp used to be, we've made a custom kind of pad for the new Hertz Dici DP 4.300 amp to sit on, and then that way we can utilize all the factory wiring that's down there, so we can go with a high level input. So we haven't used RCAs or phonos on a low level from the Alpine. We've gone with high level, and then that, like I said, we can just utilize everything that's down there then and make a really nice neat job of it. So it's a 4-channel amp that kicks out a real good decent amount of power, around the kind of 85 watts per channel, I think it is. And then what we've done is off the front channels, we've run the mids and the tweeters, which are then going into their own crossovers. And then off the rear channels, we've then got the mid basses. So for speakers, we've gone with the Hertz Melee Pro 3-way components. So that's a 6.5 inch mid bass, 3 and a tickle inch mid, and then just the standard kind of inch and a bit size tweeter that's then up in the dash. Everything's then fitted in its factory positions. So obviously we use speaker adapters for the main mid basses in the doors. We've custom fitted the mids into the door cards where they need to go, and then I was able to adapt the dash as best I could, but really nice, but did end up getting a really nice, good, solid mount for the tweeters. And then in terms of the door work we've also done, Owen's had them fully apart, regulator panels off and everything, and we've gone with our standard 2mm sound deadening all on the inside of the door for that outer skin. We've then replaced the regulator panel, all of that's then been sound deadened, and then the back of the door card has had the 15mm noise absorber that's gone on, and so that just soaks up anything else that's kind of rattling around in the door cards and just gives the whole door a good firm base for those speakers to run from. And then obviously, because there isn't a DSP or anything in this amp, there's no kind of plugging in and tuning it, but what you can do is obviously play with the frequency levels and the gain settings to work as best they can with the speakers. And then with the Alpine, because they've got such a good built-in equalizer and kind of crossover setup in there, you can have a real good play with that, and the more you get into it, you can really tweak it to work how you want it to work. Basically, you can set I think you've got three or four different presets on there. So depending on what you wanted to listen to, or if you wanted to also add in some time correction. So obviously it was kind of driver focused, but then when you've got a passenger, you want it to be a more open sound, you could then have a separate preset for that. So you've got all those options for playing with, even though you haven't got a DSP in that amp. But yes, so with the spec of the speakers, obviously this customer hasn't gone with a sub, but that's fine, because these Hertz Melees, as they've done before when we fitted them, blown us away with the amount of bass they can create. The mid basses can work all the way down to, I think it's 45 Hertz, which is pretty low. And when you put something on that's got a bit of thump to it, it's impressive, really is. Adds a really good, thick low end that's controlled and concise, but it's good and strong, and you don't need a sub. Obviously that would be an option if they wanted it, we'd be able to look into that sort of thing, but actually you don't necessarily need it. And then with the mids and the tweeters working well together off the amp, they produce a really good, tight and controlled high end for the rest of the sound. So yeah, that's the kit that's gone into it. So there we have it, really nice upgraded system in what's now becoming a bit of it's going to be a modern classic, I suppose, isn't it? So older car, but now has a sound system that's tucked away, not massively in your face in terms of being on view and things, but it's tucked away in all the factory locations and has just made a tenfold difference in terms of how it sounds. And now this car is going to be even more enjoyable to drive, with that being able to chuck on some music and really get in and enjoy some roads. So yeah, if you've got a car it's an older car, and you want to upgrade that sound system in there to make it more enjoyable, or if your friends have got something similar that's a bit older and they're just kind of, it's all feeling a bit lackluster and not doing what they want it to do, get in contact with us. Send our details to them, and yeah, come and see us and we'll work out what we can do with you. We had a good chat with this customer. He came to see us and we had a chat about the options. We gave him some options, and then he went away and worked out what it was he wanted, what worked with his budget, and yeah, I think he's picked a really, really good option here. It's gonna sound good for a long time. It's cracking, this, and he's gonna be very, very happy when he picks it up very shortly. So thanks for watching. Keep watching, and check out all of our other videos and things, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks very much.